So today we have to talk about the Bishop Ministry Appeal. And first, stop. Don't fast forward. I know you can on your iPad or your computer or whatever you're watching this on. Don't fast forward, because whether you live here in or near Manteca and belong to St. Anthony's, or whether you watch only online and hence belong to St. Anthony's, this message affects you. I need all of you to watch this presentation and support our parish. And we have very exciting developments that are happening. If we have supported you by this video mass, which many people have been watching very consistently over this entire pandemic, if we have supported you, we need you to support us this year. So please don't fast forward this message and find out what the Bishop Ministry Appeal is happening this year. As you know, the BMA helps sustain the programs and ministries of the Diocese of Stockton through the Bishop's Ministry Appeal Trust. Once a year, Catholics throughout the diocese are asked to support these ministries by giving to the BMA Trust. Now, next weekend, Monica is going to talk more about the specifics of the BMA. I'm going to lightly touch on that, but primarily talk about the rebate, because the BMA rebate is 100% of funds raised over the diocesan goal for our parish are rebated back to the parish. And as you know, we've been using that rebate for capital projects in our parish. And this year, we will continue to focus on the parking lot project. We're trying to expand. So first, let's see what we talked about last year, and then update as far as what's going on this year. So as you can see on the PowerPoint, this is the current block. And then our current property is that red area that you see. And the last year, we were able to acquire 4 parcels of land. That first part right there, as you can see, is separated by that building. That's St. Jude's there. So number 1, and then number 2, number 3, and number 4. That area, that L-shaped piece of property, is going to be our new parking lot. It is connected by a teeny sliver at the top. I don't show that on the PowerPoint, but it is a continuous piece of property. The city unanimously approved making the property into a parking lot, which was wonderful, wonderful news. But we now have a permit for 2 years to get the job completed. Typically, first you raise the money and then you go ask the city for permission, but we're doing the other way around because we were not sure if the land would be permitted to be a parking lot. Now, we have all the architectural and engineering designs completed, and we are currently in escrow to purchase the property. There was some delay in lot line adjustments with the city and the seller, but we should own the land by the end of this month. And here is architectural rendering of what the parking lot will look like. It's going to be beautiful, and it's going to add over 100 parking lot spaces for our growing parish, and that will sustain us for the rest of the history of our parish. So this is even though it's a very practical thing, this is a crucial moment in our history, and so it's exciting to be part of that mission. We have the savings to purchase the land outright because, as you remember, the land that the rest of the L-shaped property that we need to buy was about $500,000. However, we will need to recover the savings and then raise the money to actually build the parking lot. Last year, we focused on the cost of the land. And if you take that one house with the other 3 parcels, the total cost of the 4 parcels was about $918,000. Now, when the pandemic began, we were able to meet the BMA goal for the diocese and raise about $163,000 towards that land. Obviously, we're significantly short on recovering the cost of the land, and we have the finances to buy it for now, but in future BMAs, we're going to have to circle back on this to recoup the money that we've spent. This year, however, we must focus on the parking lot to complete it in 2 years. Now, the preliminary opinion of probable cost for construction is $578,714. You have or will have received a letter from me with a breakdown of the cost. We sent out a mass mailing this week to be able to show you the architectural renderings and also explain all this in detail so you don't forget the figures. If you don't have this, again, call the parish office and we'll send it to you by mail or email, however you would like. There's a lot of details in there. I'm not going to get into all those figures. It is imperative that we complete the project in 2 years to avoid further costs for permits and to act on the city's approval as swiftly as we can. You know, sometimes when city officials change, it is harder to move on without incurring more cost. Currently, right now, we're in a very good position. We have a lot of friends in the city, and we need to move quickly. With each family's help, including those of you who are online, we can make this happen quickly. Now, last year's Bma results, thank you for your support. We had 475 families participate in 2020. Because of the whole pandemic, that was 227 less families than the previous year. So that's 43% of the 1,100 families that regularly attend Mass. The COVID pandemic has hit us hard too. Now, last year in the 2020 Bma, the total collected was $320,000, and the commitment to the diocese was roughly $157,000, so the rebate to the parish was $163,000. That's great news. Even though we had such limited support, we still made it. And a lot of people were very generous, and I thank all of you for your wonderful, wonderful sacrifice and support. Now, the Bma goal for this year, 2021, the Bma commitment to the diocese is the same, $157,305. Before, they were going to keep increasing 10% for 3 years in a row, but the diocese has frozen that given the situation, and it's the same goal as last year. The parking lot property, $578,714, so the total parish goal is $736,19. So you take that goal, $736,019. Average families giving to the parish, not necessarily always attending, but giving on a regular basis, is $1,527. So the goal per family of all those people involved is $482. Now remember, that's a family, not individual. Some may be able to do more or less. It's an overall goal. You might have received a Bma letter in the mail from the diocese. That amount specified there reflects your contribution for the previous year and not the goal that we're talking about right now. I sent you a letter in the mail explaining our specific parish goal. Again, if you didn't receive that, contact the parish office. And for those of you who have been blessed by God and are able to do more than this goal, I really need you to do that this year. Many are on fixed incomes and may not be able to reach this goal. So if you've been blessed, please take that into account and prayerfully consider doing more. Now, to our online parishioners, during this pandemic, we have worked very hard to have high-quality video masses. And the result is that we've often doubled, if not tripled, the size of our congregation by people who do not live here in Manteca watching us online. Before the pandemic, our normal Mass attendance on a weekend was just under 3,000 people. Now, on average, online, we get over 5,000 people online and nearly 7,000 on special feast days. That's amazing. And we're reaching out to many, many people all throughout the country and the world. And that's wonderful. That's what we're supposed to do. But for all of those of you who have been benefiting, we need your support. These virtual parishioners have benefited from our efforts throughout this entire pandemic. And if you feel our parish has helped sustain your spiritual life during this difficult time, I encourage you to help St. Anthony's in this project, because after all, you're part of the family now. You can give online to the Bma through the Stockton Diocesan website shown at the end of this presentation, or you can give directly to St. Anthony's Parish online as well. Checks can be sent to the parish office. Also, just write on the memo Bma, or if you prefer to only give to the parish, you can write on their parking lot project. And another note for all of our parishioners that have been giving online for the offertory from week to week, we truly thank the many parishioners who have signed up for that. Listen to this difference. The difference from 2019 to 2020 in online giving went up 359%. That's amazing. And through the regular offertory by online giving has raised over $300,000 for 2020. This generosity has kept our employees with their jobs and kept us able to continue our ministry. Thank you so much. So concretely, our goal, family participation. We're asking each family to prayerfully consider a one-time gift of $482, or a pledge of approximately $60 per month for the next 8 months. If you feel that God is calling you to a greater financial commitment, we hope you will respond joyfully. If you receive the Bma envelope in the mail from the diocese, this is what it looks like on the PowerPoint. So checks are made payable to Bishop's Ministry Appeal Trust. Again, you can do all this online. That's how I do everything. When you fill out the envelope, please write your name and St. Anthony Manteca, because there is another St. Anthony in our diocese, St. Anthony Houston. So if you don't specify, sometimes the funds are confused. And this envelope really helps us to be able to track things accurately. Online giving is available, like I said, through the diocesan website, or you can do it through St. Anthony's. Just visit stocktondiocese.org/BMA. And you can send a check to the parish office as well, St. Anthony's, Manteca, 505 East North Street, Manteca, California, 95336. Thank you all for your support, and it's through your prayerful and financial support that allows us to come together in this BMA. So thank you very much for everyone. And next weekend, as I said, Monica, I might be collaborating with her, or I might just allow her to do the entire presentation. She's going to talk more about the specifics of the BMA. I wanted to tell you how your money is going to be affecting our parish. We're growing. That's an exciting thing. As you know, Manteca, California is one of the top 3 fastest growing areas in all of California. And you see all the developments happening. We just keep getting more and more and more people. And, you know, statistically, a third of all these people are Catholic. Maybe they're not practicing every single weekend, but they need us for weddings and baptisms and funerals and anointing of the sick, and to religious education and sending them to a school. We have to reach out to them. And so we need to expand, and we need to reach the needs of our faithful. So it's very exciting. And you and I, from all eternity, have been called to this moment right now to respond to this mission. So please remember that when you support the BMA, you're supporting your parish. You're supporting building the kingdom of God and participating in this great mission that Christ has placed in our hands. Thank you very much.